So this is our 1990s Kawasaki Super Sport XI, whatever that means. As you can see here, it runs great at the moment. And we're gonna give you a little tour in this video. That's horsepower right there. So after this spectacular Sea-Doo purchase, we quickly realized it needed some light maintenance. So I'll kind of walk you through what we did here. So upon purchase, we quickly realized it had zero compression in one cylinder. So we went ahead and rebuilt the top end. But as you can see, the bottom end is ripped in half right now. I'll go into some deeper explanation on that in a second. This is the flywheel cover for the engine. When we pulled this cover off, we pissed out a good liter and a half of two-stroke oil. That's extravagant news. I'm kidding, that's not extravagant news. This is a crank seal. This seals the oil in the bottom end from not pouring into the flywheel cover. This is one of the old crank seals, and it's supposed to be packed with grease. And I'm not saying that was the issue on why it was leaking, but I'd say looking at this that's an indicator that something wasn't right. Whether there was air blowing by or who knows. This is a drive shaft coupling for the motor, and as you can see, it broke because I have just so much experience taking apart an 80s Sea-Doo motor. So we went ahead and installed new crank seals on the motor. Here's one. Here's two. Nicely packed with grease, the way it's supposed to be. And as everything sits right now, the bottom end is ready to go back together. We got our surfaces nicely prepped here. But first, we're gonna do a little bit of hull maintenance in the Sea-Doo. So to clean the hull, we're gonna use this spray 9 here and an SOS pad, probably a pressure washer as well, but before that, we're gonna do a little bit of waterproofing, putting some covers back on and plugging some fuel lines, vent lines, because we don't want to fill those up with gunk and get ourselves in more of a mess than we already are. We're gonna cover up all these wires and important looking stuff because I care so much. We're gonna remove this fuel pump here from the equation because we don't want to take apart the carburetor for the 18th time on this unit. Oh, okay. Hold on. I need pliers. We got lots of fuel line.
Yeah.
Electrical tape is definitely the most water resistant tape there is. So we're going to use that to block off some fuel lines and other important looking things. Everything here pretty much looks good enough for a solid pressure wash to me, so we're going to go ahead and douse it with some spray 9. We're going to let that exfoliate for a good 10 minutes. This power washer is rated for 10,000 PSI, and the fittings don't leak at all or anything like that. So I'm gonna be super careful with my approach into cleaning this hole. I knew this was gonna be a little bit of a dirtier job today, so I chose to wear my brother Peter's shirt. Think smarter, not dumber. So I'm gonna get in here and soak up a bunch of this slop because it won't drain out of the drain because it's plugged with slop. Let's get sloppy. Oh. Got my veggies. So now that the hole's clean, we're gonna go ahead and dive back into putting this motor back together. So we're gonna start by just touching up our mating surfaces for our crankcase. I got them pretty clean, but they could use a couple touch-ups just to make me happy. I think that's good enough. We're gonna spray off some of that excess. Clean rag here, give it a quick wipe down. A little spit shine. Then we're gonna lay some beads. Canadian Tire Optimum Max Temp red gasket maker. We'll see in a couple weeks if it works. It's got to be loose to start.
Okay, I've started recording so you can go whenever.
Okay, now that we got our silicone laid down, we're gonna go ahead and smack this case back on. While all that's happening, we're just gonna hope for the best. Those are motor mount holes. We got our bottom end put back together here, all siliconed up. We're gonna go ahead and install our stator. Right here, if the camera picks it up, is a little mark from the factory. And right here as well is a little notch from the factory. If you line those up while installing the stator, that's going to be factory ignition timing. So now that I've got the stator on there loose but the bolts are started, I'm going to line up my notches perfectly, right about there. And I'm going to tighten these screws down. Beautiful. These wires here that come out of the stator take all the power that comes from the magnets in the flywheel and the copper windings in here and send it to the CDI box, which holds all the power and sends it to the spark plugs, and it's all timed perfectly. And we're gonna go ahead and put these screws in and just mount these wires up. This screw is going absolutely nowhere. This screw is going absolutely somewhere. Me and cameraman here, we just ate some dinner, so we're in the process of rehabilitation. I'd like to apologize. We had a couple soda pops, and we're gonna clean this flywheel, frig.
Yeah.
Those are looking pretty good now, I'd say. Cameraman, does this pass inspection?
I'd say so, yeah.
Can you give it a sniff?
Passes the sniff test for sure.
Okay, perfect.
Buddy, it's a work day. I can't be on cam. It's my day off.
Pete brought us this torque wrench here. He's the kind of guy who torques absolutely everything he touches. So now we're able to install this flywheel. If you see this, there's a little keyway here. And there's a little keyway on the crankshaft. And we're gonna try and slide it on perfectly while fighting against these big magnets. First try. Perfect for the torque wrench. Cameraman, what are we gonna use for our flywheel holding tool?
Screwdrivers. That one right there.
This one?
Sure.
I need a flathead. Cameraman, can you grab me a flathead? Okay. Falling right through the table. This is a Bendix. It's supposed to go in before you put the flywheel in. Our flywheel's already in. Put the Bendix in before the flywheel. This is how you remove the flywheel. Unfortunately, this is the end of the video because we now need a flywheel puller to pull off the flywheel. Because that's what a flywheel puller does. That's what an idiot does when he installs the flywheel before the Bendix. But next time we'll have this part from eBay, and in the next video we'll be putting it in the boat and on the water.